There we go. Hello, Lex girl. Thanks for joining me this evening. Hello, DJ Slitte. I'm sorry if I got that incorrect. I apologize. I'm just going to give it a few minutes to let a few people join if they want to. I'm going to time myself tonight because I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I can be long-winded. I can talk for a long time. I have my notes so I can stay on point, and I can try to keep this hopefully under 15 minutes. This topic will be a series because I know I can't do it all in 15 minutes, but I will definitely try to keep it under 15 minutes. So I'm respectful of your time. If you have families or just your personal time, I appreciate you. What's up, Wanda? I appreciate you joining me. So I'm going to time myself tonight. I would like us to have a conversation at the end of this first part of the topic. And I want to specifically only talk about this first part. There are several different parts that we would talk about, but on tonight, we're talking about are you a career girlfriend or a current acting wife? Which one are you? So, I want to talk to you about your relationship situation. Now, the past couple of days, we have talked about, to the women, guys, if you're on here specifically, I've talked to the women about, knowing your worth, as a female, as a woman, and as a woman, WOMBMAN, the carrier of your seed. Yesterday I talked about bearing your money with you. I was going to carry that on again tonight, but because this issue came up several times, I thought maybe I should talk about this. So I'm going to give it a few minutes, and I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to time myself here. I hope my timer here just went off, and hopefully I can get it back. So if you're on, and I'm going to start 15 minutes, and if I start going over that time, please let me know, because like I said, I want to respect your time. You are giving me your time, and I want to respect your time, and I appreciate you for joining me. I appreciate for you sharing this time with me on this evening. So I thank you. I appreciate you, and I am very glad that you have joined me here on tonight. So I'm going to give it about another few seconds, and then I'm going to jump right in. I encourage you, please share this with your girlfriends, with your boyfriends, with your family members, other females. I talk specifically to females, but this isn't information that I heard a male. This is not male bashing. This is talking to women about trying to basically encourage women to know their worth and to be confident in who they are and love themselves. It's not about bashing men at all, but it is about setting a standard and maintaining that standard and not settling for less. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to get started and jump right in. And during the broadcast, at any time you have questions and I miss it, please, at the end of the conversation or at the end of me talking, type it up again and we can talk about it. Because I don't want to ignore you. I don't want you to feel like you're being ignored. Okay? Because I care about you and I want you to care about me. So I'm going to go ahead and start my 15 minutes and we're going to get going here. So as you know, we talked about the knowing your worth. Basically that you're a carrier of seed. You carry the next generations in your body. About not go, I gave the examples of the $200 coat, where you don't want to be a $200 coat and let too many people try you on. Now you're $45. And I gave the example also of the used car. You don't want somebody to ride you long and hard and decide they don't want you, and then you got too many miles on you for somebody else to value your worth. So it's knowing your worth in that area. And I talked to you also about teaching your daughters the consequences of sex, outside of marriage, outside of wedlock, and giving their bodies to people who don't deserve them. So if you haven't seen those videos, you can go to Katch.me and see those videos. Make sure you share them, and I will put that up later, or try to, or send out a message to my friends so that you can get this video or those past videos to look at those again and share them. So the first thing I want to talk about is the comparisons between a career girlfriend and a current acting wife. Now, when I say a current acting wife, I mean somebody who's in a relationship with a male and a female who's in a relationship with a male, and you are doing wifely duties, yet you don't have the ring. You don't have the commitment of a wife. And when I say career girlfriend, you are just that. You are a girlfriend, and that's what you will always be. You will be nothing more than that. So I want to make some comparisons about the difference. One particular comparison on tonight, because I want to be mindful again of your time, and talk about that briefly. And let's talk about it. Share my thoughts. I'll share my thoughts, and you can share yours. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is when it comes to the difference between a wife and a current girlfriend. And I say wife again, current acting wife. You do not have the ring. You do not have the commitment, yet you are acting as if you do. So a wife. And this is for the guys. If you have one like this, I'm going to need you to put a ring on it, okay? Before she leave and find someone else who understands her worth, okay? So if you are a current acting wife, we already talked about knowing your worth. If you're already in a relationship, this is basically for those who are already in a relationship or who may want to get into one. These are some characteristics of the difference between the two. A wife knows her worth, and so does her husband. She trusts him and he trusts her. Neither of them are looking for anything than what they already has. A wife affirms her man that he is the only thing that she wants, and he is number one in her life. Now, an example of this would be when if you're living together, or even if you're just dating, okay? If you're dating and your boyfriend says he's going to go hang out with his friends, that wife, that acting wife, is not going to be like, who all going to be there? Where you going to be at? How many women are going to be there? Is JoJo going to be there? She's not going to be concerned about who's going to be at that party or who's going to be at this particular place where he's going, because she already knows that no matter where he goes, she's always on his mind. He loves her, she loves him, and he's looking for nobody else. He can be in a room full of gorgeous women. She understands that, yes, he may see them, but he doesn't want them. There's a difference, okay? He sees them, but he doesn't want them. He understands what he has at home. He's trying to make sure that he maintains that, and he's not looking for another, okay? And the same vice versa with the man. If he knows that he has that wifely type woman, when he goes somewhere and hangs out, or with the female, when she goes to hang out with her friends, he's not asking her, details about it. He's confident that she knows how to carry herself when she is out of his presence. Okay? That's the type of wife, acting wife. That's that type of relationship that you want to look for. That's the difference between that's a characteristic of an acting wife. Now, I advise against the intimacy, because it can cause a whole lot of issues, or, but if you're in that situation already, there's ways to fix it, correct it. You don't want to stay in a situation where you're acting as a wife, but you're the career girlfriend. Now, about the career girlfriend, the difference between a career girlfriend and a wife, a career girlfriend does not trust her man, and he don't trust her. Okay? There's no trust going on in that relationship. Okay? Or if she does trust him, he may trust her, or he may know that she's not going anywhere. Okay? So he's out. The only thing he's faithful to is satisfying himself. He's going to do whatever it takes to maintain, to keep her there. That's his security blanket right there. Because he knows that she's not going to require him to do anything more than what he's been doing. He doesn't have to come up. Uh-oh, I got to call. See, I made a mistake and did not put this on silent. Sorry about that. But I apologize for that. And next time I will make sure I put my phone on silent. But so yeah, there we go. Sorry, lost my train of thought for a minute. But he's faithful to himself, and she doesn't require anything more of him because, hey, this is how the relationship is. I don't require you to respect me no more than what you have. She's bought into so many of the lies, and he's been pretty good at keeping up the lies. She knows that something's going on, but she can't prove it. He doesn't treat her the way she knows she's supposed to be treated, yet she stays in the relationship. So in his mind, he's like, well, as long as I got her, I can still kick it with her. Every now and then, I don't have to do any more than what I've already done. So he's not coming up. She's not making him come up. And so they're just in this toxic relationship where there's no trust. Trying to collect my thoughts here and make sure I cover everything. So do forgive me. I'm not perfect yet. He'll manipulate situations just to make sure she stays home. And she'll do the same if the tables are turned. So the career girlfriend doesn't require her man to be any more than she's allowed him to be in the relationship. He doesn't, when he says he's going out to hang out with his friends, he could be going out to hang out with Sally or Susie or Barbara or whoever. She's at that whole time that he's away, she's concerned. Thoughts are going through her head like, what is he doing? Why ain't he answering my text? Usually he answered my text in about 2 seconds. She's called him several times, All these thoughts are going through her head, and that insecurity is there. An acting wife is secure in her relationship, okay? So the difference is a career girlfriend, one, her self-worth is at a low. She doesn't know what she's worth, because if she did, she wouldn't allow this man to use and not necessarily abuse, but abuse her worth. I'll put it like that. She won't allow him to abuse her worth. And the acting wife is secure in her relationship. She knows that she's the only one that he wants, and he knows that he's the only one that she wants. Did I say that right? The acting wife knows that she's the only one that he wants, and he knows that he's the only one that she wants. I think I got it that time. Okay? So you don't want to be the career girlfriend, okay? If you're in that position, I, would suggest that you evaluate your worth. Do you feel like this is all that you can get? Do you feel like there's nothing better, or because of some situations you've done in your life that you can't get any better than what you currently have? Or do you feel like y'all kind of even? You ain't, your worth and his worth about the same. So you treat each other as such, this, in that career girlfriend relationship, there's never going to be a commitment. Okay. Never. And the acting wife, they're both preparing for that relationship. The acting wife is preparing to be a wife, and her boyfriend or husband or acting husband is preparing to make that commitment. And the acting wife, as an acting wife, you're going to get a commitment. Okay. Just make sure you're not giving them up all the cookies. Remember, we talked about worth. Go back to the other videos and let's review the worth part, knowing your worth, right? So the career girlfriend doesn't get the commitment. You just don't. You can be the girlfriend for 10 to 20 years and you're okay with that. And he knows that you're okay with that. So he's not going to be like, oh, let's get married. No. Your career girlfriend, you're both comfortable with that, whether you know it or not, because you don't go year after year after year after year without some type of commitment. Okay. Yes. You got to make sure. Okay. We got a certain amount of time to get to know each other. That's what dating is all about. You got time to get to know each other, whether you like each other or not. Hey, you don't have to have intimacy to know whether or not you like each other or to fall in love with each other or to love each other. Intimacy is a bonding part. It's a spiritual bonding part, whether you know it or not. But when you come together as one in that way, you are one. But you don't want to become one with someone who's mentally and physically not good for you. So you want that commitment. You don't want to be with somebody and give them years of your life and then one day they up and say, I'm moving on. That's when you realize he didn't understand my worth and neither did I. And you're mad at both him and yourself because you're saying, I allowed him to do this. I stayed in this relationship for this long. At any time I could have bounced. When this happened, I should have rolled. When this happened, I should have rolled, but I didn't. I stayed because in my mind, I'm thinking one day we're going to get married. Career girlfriends stay career girlfriends. You retire as a career girlfriend. You don't want to do that. Okay. So another point about that is, the commitment part, I'm not saying set a time limit, but at some point during the dating process, you should know there are signs, there are signals, watch his body language, listen to his words. What does he bring up the most? What conversation does he bring up the most? I dated a guy one time and all he talked about was how pretty my legs were. Like, I thought, is that all you see? That every time we was together, and it was summertime, so that's why he saw my legs. Summertime, I wasn't showing him the whole package, okay? But I would wear shorts or skirts, and he would always talk about how pretty my legs were, and I thought, what that got to do with anything? But he was looking at the physical appearance. That's what he cared about most, was the physical appearance. We couldn't have an intellectual conversation because really he was focused on my legs, So you want to listen to your conversations. What conversations are you having the most? Are you having conversations where you're talking about your future, what you want together? Oh man, I'm almost at 15 minutes. Are you talking about conversations where you want to build together? Do you want to have a business together? Do you want to whatever work you do, get to a certain point where you take vacations or where you do something for each other? What are your goals in that relationship? Are you talking about your future or are you talking about right now? Are you planning your life in the future or are you planning just for today and for tomorrow and this week? Career girlfriends, you don't require him as a career girlfriend. You don't require him to plan anywhere past today, tomorrow, maybe next month. But guess what? You're not requiring that commitment in any of that time frame. You're going day by day wondering, where we at in this relationship? Am I his girlfriend? Am I his side chick? Are there any more women? You know, where are we going with this? You know, you have no clue what the relationship is. You might live together, you know, you might just be dating, whatever it is, you still don't have a clear understanding of your position in the relationship. You know, okay, there's that word. I have to, try to, there we go. It just comes out. You know, maybe that's a part of my nervousness. I don't know. But anyway, you don't want to give him the best years of your life wondering, are we just boyfriend and girlfriend? Are we, what's that word for when you've been with somebody a long time and they, common law? Are we common law married? You know, are we going to be married soon? Where is this relationship going? A career girlfriend has that on her mind. You know, I wish I could stop doing that, but I can't. Oh, hey, I'm just going to roll with it. Anyway, but I want you to be thinking about your position in your relationship. You have to make sure you get some type of commitment. You don't want to just be dating, just to be dating. You don't want to keep getting tried on. You don't want somebody riding you for years and then decide, you used now, so I'll just get upgrade or I'll trade you in for something else. You're giving your time away. You're giving your love away. You're giving your soul away. You're giving yourself away to someone who doesn't know or understand your worth. Okay, so that's just part one. After I review this and see where I made mistakes, I will come back and we will talk more about it. So if you have any questions or want to, talk about it, what we've had, what I've discussed so far, we can, or I'll just review it and we'll move on to part two on tomorrow. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I want you to know that I love you. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're intelligent. You're creative. You are special. You are needed. You are one of the greatest things to ever happen to this earth. The carrier of the next generations. You are very, very important. You are needed. I love you much. I appreciate you for hanging out with me on tonight. I thank you. And make sure you share. And I'll see you soon. Okay. Love you. Bye.